Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to return to Sina with a full band cover of a Toto song, White Sister, which was on the Hydra album from 1979. This is the album that had the song 99 on it. But this particular song, White Sister, was more of a deep cut, and it looks like they're doing a longer version of it here, Sina and Company. Sina actually labeled this, "I finally attempted a drum solo." So it's about 4 minutes longer than the studio version by Toto. This was a special request, by the way, from Brian, so thank you, Brian. This was actually 8 months ago, but it's got 1 million views. I think I remember it at the time. I think we considered doing it and then didn't, for whatever reason. Maybe there are other things going on. But looking forward to it now. Anything that's written by Toto tends to be very rewarding to listen to. Adrian, do you have any thoughts ahead before we look into this?
I'm looking forward to possibly hearing a drum solo from Sina. This is going to be good.
And we've seen this particular group before. There were a few other videos that we saw around the same time by this same group of musicians, so they will be familiar to us. All right, so with that, why don't we go ahead and take a look. Now, this is 9 minutes long, so we're going to settle in a little.
All right.
All right, we'll discuss afterwards. Wow. So they had, I think, something like 9 cameras in there. I think there were 6 of them that were stationary. And you know how they were all set up in a circle like that? You know, everybody, you know, you've got Sina right kind of smack in the middle. And then over here, you got guitar over here and the lead singer. Then you got the backup singers and then you got the organ. Past the lead singer is the percussionist. And all of them had a stationary camera looking at them that was within that circle, so that the 3 other cameras that were actually people behind the lens and moving around and things don't get in the way of any of the shots of the stationary cameras, which is pretty clever, actually. That's a good way to do it if you have the room. So they had 9 cameras to mix together to get the shots there, along with the really pristine sound, you know, everybody hooked in properly. So that took some time just to put together, just getting the room together and set and everybody in the right spot and figuring out where the cameras are going to be, making sure they're on and I mean, you know, that's a production. So there was a lot going on there before they even played a note, you know. But I thought they did a stupendous job. What was your thought in general, Adrian, on that performance?
Well, these riffs sound classic because they are classic. This version is a rocker for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. We're talking 1979. Yeah. Practically counts as progressive rock.
Yeah.
Really well done job there, I thought. I think that's the first time I've ever seen Sina get up from the drum kit and go play something else, in this case the rototoms, for a bit. So I guess that was her drum solo. And it was pretty cool, actually. You know, everything changed up for a moment, went into a different space. Everybody was hooked up for in-ears or headphones, I noticed as well, which was a good call.
Sina attempts at drum solo. She killed it with 3 rototoms.
Yeah, she did very well with that, I thought. Absolutely.
I also love the Nord organ solo after Sina's drum solo.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's Marius Holland again. We've seen him before. We've seen Nathan Becker on the guitar. I think we've seen several of the backing vocalists as well. We got Larissa Katzwander, Mikija Marija, Jan Adomara, main vocals by Effie Anna. I remember her for sure. And then, of course, our old buddy Nils Neumann on bass guitar and basically responsible for all the audio and video production. And then we've got 4 camera operators. So I saw 3 that were actually live behind the cameras, one moving around in the middle of the room. Maybe there was a 4th one that I just couldn't see, or maybe she or he was responsible for making sure all the other cameras were working, the stationaries were all on and recording. I believe that this was when she was on her houseboat in the Netherlands, just based on that staircase that we saw, because I remember when we watched Sledgehammer, that's where they did that one, and it kind of looked like the same situation there. That's just a guess, but it kind of seemed that way. These days, she's somewhere else. So, and she just bought this studio, too, in Portugal. So now I'm wondering if she's going to move to Portugal, or if she's just going to travel back and forth a lot. I don't know. But yeah, quite an accomplishment. Great recording, excellent performance. Not much to criticize there. It was all really quite well done, you know, and the practiced hand of people that have done it many times before, you know, gone through the whole process.
Yeah, they were all impressive. Yeah, the lead vocalist I was impressed with. The guitar solo was something else.
Yeah, he was ripping up that Stratocaster. You know.
Yeah.
That well-weathered Stratocaster. Did you see how many nicks and that thing was missing a lot of paint, you know, so it must be a well-loved guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, really enjoyed that. That was cool. Well, I want to thank Brian for suggesting that one. We had seen it at one point, not actually watched it, but we considered it very strongly, and I guess we went with something else that they had done at the time, and more than one, I think. I think they dropped a bunch of these, if memory serves, so it's good to go back and see that one. Anytime any band does Toto, it's going to be, you know, a treat, so... Okay, folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this? If there's any thoughts that occurred to you that we didn't mention, by all means, leave those below. And if you have other suggestions for us, leave those too. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. We will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.